Many seniors experience a very common but often misunderstood feeling, a gradual sense of weakness, tiredness, and low energy that doesn't seem to have a clear cause. At first, it may feel like just normal aging. Daily tasks take a bit more effort, energy doesn't last as long as it used to, and the body feels slower overall. Nothing feels seriously wrong, but something also doesn't feel fully right. This is where a subtle thought often appears. Kuch missing high. That feeling is more important than it seems. Because when the body is not getting certain essential nutrients in proper amounts, it doesn't always show dramatic symptoms. Instead, it shows slow, quiet changes, reduced energy, weaker strength, and lower stamina. These changes are easy to ignore or attribute to age, which is why many people never investigate further. But the key point is this. Feeling constantly tired or weaker is not always just a natural part of aging. Sometimes it is the body signaling that something important is missing. And once you start looking deeper into that missing feeling, a much clearer explanation begins to appear. One of the main reasons this hidden deficiency is not recognized is because its signs are often mistaken for normal aging. There are no dramatic warnings or sudden health issues. Instead, the changes are very gradual. Slight tiredness, reduced stamina, or feeling less energetic throughout the day slowly become part of everyday life. Because these changes happen so slowly, most people assume they're just a natural part of getting older. The mind adjusts, and what once felt unusual starts to feel normal. Another important reason is the lack of clear symptoms. Unlike a sudden illness, this type of deficiency does not always show obvious or alarming signs. There is no strong pain or immediate alert that forces attention. Instead, it shows up in subtle ways: a little less energy, a bit more weakness, or slower recovery after activity. Because nothing feels urgent, it often goes unnoticed for years. This creates a situation where the body continues to change quietly, while the person believes everything is simply part of aging. And this raises an important question. If the signs are so subtle and easily ignored, how many people are actually affected without even realizing it? The human body depends on a constant supply of essential nutrients to function properly, and even a small deficiency can affect multiple systems at once. Some vitamins play a much bigger role than people realize. They are not just extra support. They are deeply involved in how the body produces energy, maintains muscle strength, and supports brain function. When a key vitamin is not available in sufficient amounts, the effects are not limited to one area. Instead, it can influence energy levels, physical strength, and mental clarity altogether. This is why even a mild deficiency can feel like general weakness or tiredness without a clear reason. The body is designed as a connected system. Muscles rely on nutrients to stay active, the brain needs them for proper signaling, and energy production depends on them to keep daily function stable. So when something important is missing, the entire system becomes less efficient. What makes this especially interesting is that many people do not realize how much they depend on just a few key nutrients for daily strength and energy. And this leads to an important question. Which vitamin has such a strong influence that even a small lack of it can affect how strong, active, and energetic a person feels every day? One of the main reasons this hidden deficiency develops is linked to everyday lifestyle habits that slowly reduce the body's natural nutrient intake and production. For many seniors, spending less time outdoors is common. Reduced exposure to sunlight can affect the body's natural ability to maintain certain essential vitamin levels, which play an important role in overall strength and energy. At the same time, dietary habits often change over time. Meals may become simpler, smaller, or less varied, which can unintentionally reduce the intake of important nutrients the body needs daily. Another major factor is inactivity. When the body moves less, it not only affects muscles and balance, but also slows down certain natural processes that depend on regular physical activity. These lifestyle patterns do not seem harmful on their own. In fact, they often feel normal or even comfortable. But when combined over time, they can create a gradual nutritional gap in the body. This is why many people start feeling low energy or weakness without realizing the real cause. It is not one major mistake. It is the combination of small daily habits that slowly influence how the body feels, performs, and maintains its strength over time. When the body lacks essential nutrients over time, the The first noticeable effects usually appear in physical strength and daily energy levels. One of the most common signs is weakness. Simple activities like standing up, walking, or climbing stairs may start to feel more difficult than before. The muscles do not respond with the same strength, making movements feel slower and more tiring. Along with weakness, fatigue becomes more frequent. Even after basic daily tasks, the body may feel drained or low on energy. This is not just physical tiredness. It is a sign that the body is not functioning at its optimal level. Another important effect is on balance and stability. When muscles and nerves are not properly supported, coordination can become slightly less efficient. This may lead to unsteady walking or a reduced sense of control during movement. These changes often develop gradually, which is why they are easily overlooked at first. Many people assume this is just normal aging, but in reality, these physical signs often reflect deeper nutritional and functional imbalances in the body. Understanding these signals early is important because they are the body's way of indicating that something essential may be missing from daily support. When the body lacks essential nutrients, the effects are not limited to physical strength. They can also influence the brain and emotional well-being. One common impact is a low mood. A person may start feeling less motivated, less interested in daily activities, or generally emotionally low without any clear reason. This is often subtle and develops slowly over time. Another effect can be mild confusion or reduced mental clarity. Simple decisions may feel slightly harder, and focus may not feel as sharp as before. This can make everyday thinking feel slower or less efficient. These changes are often misunderstood as normal aging, but they're closely linked to how well the brain is being supported by proper nutrition. The brain and body are deeply connected. When one is not properly supported, the other is also affected. That is why emotional balance and mental clarity are important indicators of overall health in later life. If nutritional gaps and low energy levels continue over a long period, the effects can gradually move beyond daily discomfort and start affecting long-term mobility and independence. As strength and balance slowly decline, everyday movement becomes more difficult. Walking longer distances, standing for extended periods, or performing basic tasks may require more effort and more frequent rest. Over time, this reduced physical ability can lead to a decline in mobility, where a person feels less confident moving without support. This naturally affects independence as well. Activities that were once done easily alone may start requiring assistance, which can impact both confidence and quality of life. The important point is that these changes do not happen suddenly. They build slowly over time when the body is not properly supported. Understanding this progression early helps highlight the importance of maintaining consistent nutrition, activity, and overall body support to preserve strength, stability, and independence for as long as possible. The good news is that supporting the body does not always require complex solutions. In many cases, the body can be helped through simple, natural food-based support. A balanced diet that includes everyday foods can play an important role in maintaining energy, strength, and overall well-being. Foods that are naturally rich in essential nutrients help the body function more efficiently and support its daily needs. Instead of focusing on complicated supplements or strict diets, the emphasis can be placed on simple, consistent nutrition. This includes regularly eating fresh, whole foods that the body can easily recognize and use. Natural food sources provide the body with a steady supply of nutrients that support muscles, energy production, and overall stability. When these foods are included consistently, they help reduce the risk of nutritional gaps over time. What makes this approach effective is its simplicity. It does not require major lifestyle changes, but rather small, sustainable choices that can be maintained every day. In the long run, relying on natural food-based support helps the body stay stronger, more active, and better balanced, especially when combined with healthy habits like movement and hydration. Along with natural food sources, a few simple and safe daily habits can further support overall strength and well-being. One important habit is regular sunlight exposure. The most important factor in maintaining long-term health and strength is consistency in daily routine. Even simple habits like eating well, getting sunlight, staying hydrated, and doing light movement only become effective when they are followed regularly. Doing them once in a while is not enough to create lasting change. the body responds best to repetition. When it receives steady signals every day, it begins to adapt and function more efficiently over time. A consistent routine also helps create stability in energy levels, mood, and physical strength. Instead of irregular ups and downs, the body starts to feel more balanced and predictable. What matters most is not perfection, but regularity. When simple habits like good nutrition, sunlight exposure, hydration, and consistent routines are followed regularly, the body begins to show noticeable improvements over time. One of the first changes is increased energy. Daily tasks feel less tiring, and the body maintains a more stable level of activity throughout the day. Another key improvement is better strength. Muscles respond more effectively, making movement, walking, and basic physical activities feel easier and more controlled. Along with physical changes, mood also improves. As the body receives better support, mental clarity and emotional balance become more stable. This creates a sense of well-being and motivation in daily life. These improvements may develop gradually, but they are meaningful and long-lasting when maintained with consistency. In simple terms, when the body is properly supported every day, it becomes more energetic, stronger, and emotionally balanced, leading to a better overall quality of life. The most important takeaway is that long-term health is not based on one single change, but on a combination of awareness, action, and balance. Awareness helps you understand what your body truly needs and recognize small changes that may otherwise go unnoticed. It allows you to see the difference between normal aging and habits that can be improved. Action is what brings that awareness to life. Simple steps like improving nutrition, staying active, getting sunlight, and maintaining a routine are what actually support the body in practical ways. Balance ensures that these habits are realistic and sustainable. It is not about extreme changes, but about creating a lifestyle that can be followed consistently over time. When these three elements work together, the body responds positively. Strength, energy, and mood all improve gradually, leading to a better quality of life. In the end, it is not about doing everything perfectly. It is about doing the right things consistently with understanding and balance.